Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. This is Flying McGuffin, and I'm gonna start a new campaign here, as the old one seemed to get a little out of hand for my brains. So, there was an idea brought up in the comments that I was actually planning on doing it. They referred to it as a Quantum Leap campaign, and I like the name of that. So we're going to be, I'm just gonna pick the early one. Picking somebody at the beginning of the game, and then when we die, we will be picking somebody completely different. And, I'll probably just let you guys decide who I want to play as. I'll take a look around when I die. So this might be a little bit more of a plotting game. And I'm gonna lay a few restrictions. We can't play as someone who borders us. We can't play as someone who's related to us. And we can't play as someone who is too involved in our previous character's life, even if they aren't related to them. So we could play as a vassal, for example. That would be fine. We couldn't play as our character's vassal, from the previous character's vassal. So, I'm gonna get started. Who should I pick first? Well, I think I'm just gonna go with somebody comfortable. Let's just play Charlemagne first. Why not? Okay. He's really important, and we can be very ambitious really early in the game, and there's always a chance that we die, and it's actually not that easy of a start if you don't know what you're doing, because there's lots of really nasty events that can happen where you get involved in wars with the Umayyads in Saxony. And Saxony can be incredibly strong, especially in the hands of the player, which I believe I proved rather nicely, if I do say so myself. So, Frankish culture affects nothing. We're a Central Germanic culture group, so everything in this area is in our culture group. Central German includes Saxon? No, that's West Germanic, never mind. Central Germanic includes German and what else? We'll deal with that later. Culture group effects don't really do anything for Western Europe, so, but we do get the House Karl troops, which are heavy infantry, which are really nice, I think. French guys get cavalry. So, we're feudal, normal, vanilla, Crusader Kings 2 style stuff. We can hold castle and fort holdings without penalties. We can hold tribal holdings without penalties, if they're in our culture. Build castle, temple, fort holdings, which is normal. We can revoke titles from tribal government vassals with another religion without objection from other vassals. That's going to be useful, maybe. And tribal government vassals are not included in vassal limit calculations. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty normal. We're Catholic, which is nice. Catholic bishops can pay tax to the Pope rather than a secular liege. Probably not going to pay attention to that. Catholic rulers can set up anti-popes. I don't think we want to do that. At least not yet. I might want to do that later in the game just to show it off. The Pope can excommunicate Catholic characters. The Pope can grant divorces. Invasion causes ballets, claims on titles, and crusades. We can't do crusades yet. Those don't unlock until 1100, or if something really bad happens. Specifically to me. That's usually what triggers that. There was always a Pope, landed or not. So, the Pope can get kicked out of Rome, and then he will be living in somebody's basement. Which tends to happen if the player is playing in Italy. It's a similar thing with the Orthodox Patriarch. So, we are King Karl of West Francia. We are Frankish, Central Germanic. No special features of that. Let's take a look at the culture group screen. Frankish, German. So Frisian is East Germanic, I think. And that's West. Why do I think East? East is over here, a dumbass. Anglo-Saxons are also West Germanic. So it must just be Frankish and German. Maybe Lombard is in Central Germanic as well. Yes. Okay. So, that's pretty nice that we have that. So everything that's here is in our direct culture group. We hold lands that are not. We have some Occitanian groups and some Basque. Basque is in the Iberian culture group. That's interesting. I suppose it makes sense since the Basques are lived out here. Only a few provinces though. Visigothic. What culture group is that in? I would guess Iberian if I had to. Yes, it is. Okay. Italian is in the Latin culture group. And if we switch to French, that is also in the Latin culture group, I think. And of course, yeah. Doesn't really matter that much. And then everything east of us is Slavic in one way or another. When you get into Bohemia. So let's look at our character. We are King Karl of West Francia. We are really good. I would even include learning as being really good, because 9 is pretty solid for a starting character with other stats. We don't even have the genius trait or anything like that. So we have the brilliant strategist trait, which gives us a bonus to health, a penalty to learning, and a bonus to a lot of other stuff. We have the diligent trait, which gives us a bonus to a lot of stuff, and the zealous trait, which is one of the best traits in the game. We are not married. We have 2 bastages over here. Pepin, who we have a choice of legitimizing later, in Madru. Lover Himmeltrude, who is could be a fairly important character. Why doesn't she live in my house? That's weird. And you could just straight up marry her if you wanted to. I don't know if that legitimizes your children, though. So, our father was Pepin the Carling, who's the Emperor of France. Empire Francia. And we actually have a claim on that title, but there's not anything we can do with it. We do, however, have a claim on Middle Francia, which is owned by our younger brother Charlemagne. This man is going to die, because that is how this game works. It's fairly scripted. He will almost always die. And then that triggers some other stuff later. So, that's great. Since we'll inherit all of his land relatively painlessly. There'll be some revolts. So that's what we really want to mess with, is the goings-on with that. We also have a few neighbors who are related to us in vague ways. Not necessarily directly, but they are neighbors that could become possible enemies or allies. So the King Tassilo of Bavaria, who is the only German leader, I think, in the game who's not a vassal. And King Desiderius of Lombardy, who is very important because he owns Italy. Now, one of the goals that you can do as this guy, if you play your cards right, is to found the Holy Roman Empire. You can't really do it unless you, are really nice to the Pope. But the hardest thing is getting Italy under your boot. We already kind of qualify for it. We'd have to get the Pope's opinion of us up. And this guy's 69, so he'll die pretty soon, so I'm not going to worry about him. Although, we don't... Do we have any pagan land to convert? We do. There's some Slavic Pomeranians and then some Germans up here. So, we're good... Oh. That's not actually owned by me. Hey, you want to be my vassal? No? Well, he's probably going to get eaten by Saxony, which we'll find out is something that is going to be not necessarily something we need to worry about. So, I guess since we do have a province that's not of our religion, we should convert it. So, interestingly enough, there's a couple of, I suppose, stock characters, people who are like normal characters in history. This is our mother right here, and she's really good at intrigue. I don't know if this guy's a special dude, but he starts out really good. What province was that? This one. So we're gonna go study technology. I don't want her to die, so we won't do that. Never mind. We'll just send her to school. Robert of Liège. Liège, I don't know how to pronounce that. Push the wrong button, guys. Okay. Select taxes. And Vermandois. Oh, I didn't really show our holdings. We'll do that in a minute. No, do we have any revolts? I'm used to the EU4 thing. Yeah, here. Oh, I just did that. Let's suppress revolts here, I guess. Because these guys down here are just kind of peasants and stuff. And my Chancellor. We'll go ahead and... I would fabricate a claim on this guy, but it's not going to do me much good. Fabricate claims on this shit over here. And that's probably not too bad of an idea. We'll want to improve our relations with people later. If we wanted to avoid trouble, we can improve relations with the Umayyads and basically trap them down in our Iberia. Because they are really strong, and we don't want to fight them. We can be stronger than them if we play our cards right. So we need a wife, because we're not married. We also need a focus and ambition. So our ambition, I'm going to pick Exalted Among Men right off the bat, because if you do stuff that prevents you from doing that, you might as well want to get that. I'm also going to go for war. Hunting is really good, and we're far enough north that we can do that. Something with health is good. Family? That would be ironic. We don't really need the martial from hunting. The diplomacy would actually really help. Yeah, let's go for family. It's really boring, but it's also really helpful. And we're pretty good on stewardship. Okay, so if we look for eligible bachelorettes over here, we've got Enthusa, Princess of the Byzantine Empire. She's iconoclast. Iconoclast is a heresy of normal classed. No, Orthodox. Iconoclast is, I think, they don't like pictures of Jesus or something, so they want to blow them all up. She's also born in the purple, but she's a girl, so that doesn't really matter. She's also 12, which means we can't really do anything with it. But locking down an alliance with Byzantines early in the game could be like the best thing ever. You could just try to marry her to your son, but he's a bastard, and he's 0, and he's a hunchback, so you don't really want to rely on that. We don't care about our son that much, anyway. But I do know that Desiderius down there has some princesses. Oh, sweet, Khazaria. That's great, she's content. That's an interesting... That would be an interesting choice, but she's really bad. So we got Gerberga, and Ensel's Anselberga and Delfrado. This is, I believe, is the real-world choice here. I'm not really sure though, because I think it's not really clear which actually happened. This one is statistically the best right now, so we're gonna pick this one. She's also the second youngest. Now, will you say yes if I arrange marriage? Yes. Okay. Perfectly fine. And then we'll be allied to Lombardy, which is really good. Okay, so is that all I need to do? Did I forget anything else? Laws are fine. Papal investiture is good. I can raise my crown authority. I don't see any reason not to. Except that my vassals will probably not like it. This is a long-term thing. I definitely want to do this, though. Because, well, no. I'm going to be running into the vassal limit, so centralization is not something I want to do. Unusually enough, I don't want to do that, because I'm not going to have a lot of money to hand out a lot of titles early in the game, and I don't know how long this guy's going to live. He's only 26 right now, which could give us a good long game. And I don't want to set my levies down, my tax levies down, to make it so that they like me, because I'm worried about my my stuff. We can't do anything with technology. My opinions and my money. We have 1,800 troops from my main stuff, and then 800 from vassals. We also can afford to build some of these, and I really should. But I'm going to wait until some events happen to see whether I'm going to have enough money to do that. We'll probably just pick whatever gives us the highest thing. Do we have enough commanders? I don't know. Minor titles. Oh, we don't have anything. I want to give these to Court Eunuch. He has to have the trait Eunuch. Alright, my vassals. Who dislikes me? The Duke of Franconia dislikes me. The Duke of Gascony hates me. He actually has the hate modifier. So that's fine. The Duke of Aquitaine also hates me. And the Count of Bern hates me. But I did notice that the Duke of Gascony wants control of the County of Bern. Now, where is that? Well, Gascony is where? This is Aquitaine, and this is Gascony. So he's probably got multiple Duke titles. No, he's only got one. So where's Baron? Here. So he wants control of that, and right now he's my direct vassal. That's okay. So let's transfer vassalage. We want to give him the County of Baron, because this guy hates me. So now he hates me a little bit less. That's not really the point. I probably want to incite him to revolt and then imprison him later. I could give him a thing, but it's only going to take me down to minus 70. Okay, so why does the Duke of Franconia hate me? He wants control of the Parents' Bishopric of Mainz. That is perfectly fine, because I believe that is in Franconia, yeah. He also does not have a double Duke title. So it's always going to put the things at the top here. that relate to what he wants. It's not... Yeah. So we fixed it. So that is good. The Duke of Aquitaine, the Duke of Gascony. I saw a guy who had a 10 relation. These are counts. It's because they're traits, so they're cynical. So, southern, well, Aquitaine in particular, is going to be a problem for us. I could just give them traits. Okay, so my commanders are filled up. By traits, I mean these things. Did I get it up any higher? No, not really. There's no reason to put these in place unless you have someone who needs to use that. And we're going to be getting more vassals pretty soon, so I'm going to go pretty slow. Maybe speed 3. Okay. So we got married. We'll take the prestige, because we're going to need it for claiming titles later. Although we're going to be getting a lot of land normally. Okay, a realm divided. As your father Pepin died, he divided the empire of the Franks and left one half to you and the other half to your brother. He divided the lands in such a way as to force you to cooperate, but it does not appear to have had the desired effect. The friction is constant, and at every turn, it seems your brother is now trying to thwart your plans and weaken your position. You still rule as joint kings, but surely the peace cannot last. He will not succeed in his vile schemes, and now we become bitter rivals. As you can see, Charlemagne is not nearly as good as Carlo the Great. So, dangerous factions, elective succession in West Francia. I'm not going to do anything about that, because that's good. I really like elective succession. That's my favorite. But it would make me lower my crown authority, which I believe is already at minimum anyway. So it doesn't matter. Your son Pepin is illegitimate, but perhaps will grow into a man worthy of ruling the Franks. His body is twisted and he looks frail, but the boy that overcomes such unfair punishments in life could perhaps, with time, become an even stronger ruler. You can legitimize him. We lose 20 piety, which would make the Pope not like us. Pepin Carling becomes a member of the Carling family. He loses the trait bastard, gains legitimized bastard, would be known as the Hunchback. Himmeltrude's opinion will be 40. Queen Gerbergera, her opinion will go down by -50. Now, if you're going to do the divorce thing, there's no reason not to do this. I don't know if it really matters that much. This does put a potentially rather weak character. Hunchback is not too bad. It's just a penalty to martial, I think. Oh, it's also a vassal opinion -5. Okay, so we don't want to do that. And then he just like that happens when you get married. Looks like the Avars are having some problems. What? Oh, Scotland. Okay. So Scotland is called Pictland at the beginning of the game. And that guy's got... Oh, okay. It just looks like he has huge eyes in the picture. He must marry somebody. That's fine. The Picts are cool in my book. I thought it was like somebody up here because it was tribal. Bertrada is our mommy. Your mother has come to see you. She speaks to you of your brother and the rivalry between you. Mighty Charles. The game never calls us Charles, but those things do. The Frankish language is a Germanic language, so I don't think they would actually call you Charles, but whatever. It grieves me so that your brother Carloman will not support you, as he should, but rather has wicked designs on your domains. Rest assured, however, that I shall do all in my power to help and support you. I have even written to him, asking him to cease his plotting and acknowledge that, though the realm is divided between you, he can recognize you as the primary ruler of the Franks. I fear, however, that he will not listen to me. Say, I thank you for your support, Mother. And then we get the favorite modifier with our mom. It's great. So this is triggering the events that are going to cause our brother to have a bad time. She's deceitful. Shy. Oh. Got a lot of kids. Pippin is dead. So I have a sister. Where does she live? In our country. Okay. I could marry her off to somebody. Is there anybody I could arrange a betrothal to? That would be useful. The Earl of York? That doesn't sound useful. Is there any duke or anything in here? As I said, I'll be probably getting some dukes later. We will see. Gerberga is pregnant. I guess we already got working on that thing. Where we have to replace Pippin. Wow, Avaria is really having some problems. Count Hermled Herminold of Boulogne, Bologna? I don't know. Boulogne, it looks like. Claims that Count Hildegard of Anjou is attempting to promote vile heresies. How should I use this information? Whatever. Doesn't matter. That's the guy that's my... It's not my spy master. My mom is my spy master. I don't know. So this guy is actually going to be busy for quite a while. So getting my relationship with the Pope is probably going to be fairly difficult if I intend on converting this stuff. Spoilers! If you watch the Saxony game, the King of West Francia declares war on you. King word has reached me that your court chaplain... I cannot talk today. Court chaplain has accused me of heresy. I implore you as a devout Catholic to another devout Catholic. Believe me when I tell you that I am not a heretic. You're just a mayor. No one cares about mayors. A special minor title is one of my commander's title. Alright, Duke of Aquitaine. Time to get you killed. I like making people that don't like me into court chaplains and then sending them to the Vikings. That was not a good idea. At 0.9% is bad. It's just going. It's growing. Okay. It's just those two, though. Just those two are like, yeah, let's plot. Okay. He's 53. He'll probably die pretty soon, but this guy, well, he's 49. We'll outlive both of them, I presume. See how Saxony is fighting these guys. Yep. As I expected. Okay, nothing's happening. Let's... Oh! Adelgrim! That's a cool name. He doesn't have any negative traits. Adelgrim is a cool name. We're going to keep that. Saxony is going to do bad things to them. Alright. We've got a pretty good balance here. Let's actually build up to our limit here. So what's the cheapest retinue cap usage? 600. Our cultural one is this, but it's very expensive. We can't get 2 of anything. What's our actual cap? 1,200, so we can get 2 of these. Actually, 1,200 we can get 2 of those. But I can't afford 2 of those because they're expensive. We'll get 2 of those then. Because they are good. Heavy infantry is the best. If you can't get cavalry. Specifically heavy cavalry or horse archers. I would say heavy infantry, and to a lesser extent archers, are what you really want to get in a retinue. Especially for sieges. So Bavaria's having some problems. Ooh, Francia. What's going on? Waldensian revolt. Okay. They're having some problems with some pagans over there. Not pagans. The other word. Heathen. No. Heretics. Yes. So once we get 80 money, 80 ducats, get another 84 ducats. See if we can already get this. I kind of probably want to get some archers. So, the cultural, if you have a cultural retinue that's really good, you probably want to use it though. I do really like archers. See, and this gives you a lot of dudes for what it costs, but light infantry kind of sucks. We'll get it. We'll get another heavy infantry right now. And we'll be in charge. Let's put the Lombard Queen. So, Count Robert's justice has brought peace to a troubled province. Fewer crimes are committed, and fewer complaints are heard in the province. The peasants have never been happier. So my steward gets praised. Hey, good job. The Lombard Queen. My lord, whether there's a lot of grumbling among the lords of the realm, while it is understood that your marriage to Gerberga has a great political utility, it is hard for many to accept it. You have married a princess of the realm of our age-old enemies, the Lombards. It has reached a point where you may even be losing support of some nobles. But perhaps it is still not too late to rectify the situation. I knew this was a bad idea. I'll renounce her. And then King Desiderius, I'll lose 100 piety. King Desiderius' opinion will go down by minus 30. Queen Encina's opinion will go down by minus 30. Is that her? Oh, yes. Or she is their queen now. She must learn to accept it. Now this is going to make everyone mad. Elective. You jerk! No! Stop it. You be a... He's already my steward. You be this. Why is it not updating me? Make them all mad! Because, yes, great political utility. 110%. You! You can be that. Elective succession, as I said, is not too bad. As a matter of fact, can I change that right now? I need to reign for 10 years. The funny thing is I wouldn't be able to change it because I have vassals with negative opinion of me. It's not too bad. I only got a couple with negative opinions of me. The Duke of Aquitaine actually is kind of coming around. Filled marriage wish. That's good. Let's give him a couple honorary titles here. You can have cupbearer. You can have keeper of the swans. And I don't want to do this. Let's see. Are there any children that I can have you educate? No. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to be choosing from this side. She might become Oxidian. Aldaric. Eldric. I don't know who that is, but this is a 20%. 20-point bonus. That's only minus 4. I really like the idea of doing that. She might become Oxidian. That doesn't really matter to me. So, why do I keep doing that? You will become her finishing dude. It's my chancellor. So I guess it's good to keep him happy. Okay. I could give him some money, but I don't have any money right now. Ah, now I have money! Tithe. Yes. So the short reign penalty... yes. Now go away! I don't care about that. I don't care about that. The Independence faction. It's just... Okay, I need to do this. I need to prevent him from being in a faction, because this guy... Actually, he'll dislike me if he does that. This will probably go away. Elective succession is fine. That doesn't matter to me. They'll probably vote for Adelgrim anyway. If they vote for Charlemagne, I'll just ignore them. We'll see why. I can create some titles. Doesn't matter. I don't really want to have multiple king titles, even though I will. My brother's keeper. Oh, look. The thing I was alluding to. Your mother comes to see you. My son, your brother's plotting against you is dangerous. He's still worried about this. I know you love him as dearly as I do, but something must be done. With your permission, I shall go see him and do what is needed to resolve this conflict. He must not come in the way of your fulfilling your destiny as ruler of all Franks. But I fear a bloody war. Trust me, it will be better like this. Look thoughtfully at your mother. Trying to read her mind, there's an odd look of determination in her eyes. This is going to be the end of the session here. Say, yes, mother, go and sort this out. Or there is no point. We're going to have mommy sort it out for us. So, we could have waited until this is over. And that's probably a good idea. But for the most part, we're going to be worried about keeping some nobles happy, if you catch my drift. But anyway, this is the part 1 of the Quantum Leap campaign. We'll be starting as Charlemagne. We're playing until Charlemagne dies, and then when Charlemagne dies, we'll go play as somebody else. If you already have some ideas of some characters that you know are interesting right off the bat, who are probably not in severely dire positions that are going to cause us to lose immediately, then let me know, and I will try to keep an eye on them. I want to do this in a little bit of a different way. I want to go down to Duke level after this. No kings. So, I'll see you next time on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. We will keep Carlo manning the land. I mean, the opposite of that. Carling.